Welcome to Absolute Trust Talk with your host, Kirsten Howe. Absolute Trust Talk brings you tips, tools, advice, and interviews to help you build a reliable knowledge base on estate planning, business, and finance to start preparing for your future today.
Hello and welcome to Absolute Trust Talk. I am Kirsten Howe, and I'm here with Jessica Colbert, who's one of our associate attorneys at Absolute Trust Counsel. This episode today is sort of the end episode in a series that we've been doing about alternatives to probate, ways to get a decedent's property to the living people who are entitled to have it without having to do a full-on probate. And in our most recent episode, we were talking about a procedure for getting real estate of low value to the living without having to do a probate. And today we're going to be talking about a change in the law that's coming next year that is really going to enable a lot more people to avoid probate with, even if they haven't done a trust, they haven't done an estate plan. Jessica, do you want to sort of walk us through what this new law is going to do?
Yes. So this new law is going into effect April 1st, 2025, and it will only be available for dates of death after April 1st, 2025.
Okay. So if your family member died this year, you can't just wait and then go use the new process next year. It's not going to apply to you.
Yeah. You'll unfortunately have to, if it means a probate, it means a probate, unfortunately.
Sorry. Yeah. So hang on, Grandma.
The first big change in this law is in regards to the small estate affidavit procedure. And we talked about this a couple of episodes ago. It can be used when a decedent had less than the probate threshold of $184,500 in personal property. The living person entitled to that property could, sign this affidavit, a declaration saying that they're entitled to it and receive it without going through any sort of court process. So the change coming next year is that there's going to be a carve out for up to $750,000 for a decedent's primary residence. So what this means is the decedent could have died owning a primary residence up to $750,000 plus $184,500 in other property. And the living person could still use this procedure to get access to that property.
Got it. So, because right now, the small estate affidavit has to say, not only I'm entitled to this property, but there's not a probate. There doesn't have to be a probate because the decedent didn't have more than 180. It basically has to say that. But now, starting next year, you can say the decedent didn't have more than 184,000 or a primary resident. I guess there would be another sentence on the small estate affidavit. Okay, got it. And so that small estate affidavit is used for the personal property. That's what we use it for. So in this situation where we have the primary residence worth less than 750,000, how are we getting access to that? How do we transfer that?
That will need to be done with a petition determining succession to property. And we talked about this last time.
Right.
And previously it was only used for if the decedent had personal property that was over a very small value of $61,500, but all of the property in the estate was less than $184,500. Now this petition, which is a bit more streamlined than probate, it's only the one petition, can be used for that primary residence up to $750,000.
Okay, so this process currently is only available when you have real estate that doesn't bring the total probate estate up above $184,500. Now we can use this petition process to get that primary residence up to $750,000. So it's not a simple, quick affidavit. You do have to go through that court process, but it's only one hearing. And ideally, that's it. There's no objections. Everybody's cool. Then the judge signs it. So it's much shorter than a probate. I guess the thing, though, it's great. It's going to be nice for a lot of people. Not everybody, though. For example, according to Zillow, the average price of a home in Walnut Creek, which is where our office is well over $1 million. So that's not going to help a lot of people. It's going to depend on where you live, really, because as they say about real estate, location, location, location. But there certainly are a lot of people whose primary residence is worth $750,000 or less. So it's going to be interesting to see how it plays out. All right. We're happy we were able to share this exciting news with you. And we hope you got a lot out of this. we look forward to connecting with you next time.
Thank you for joining us today for another episode of Absolute Trust Talk Live. If you enjoyed listening in, then don't forget to subscribe. You can find us on Apple Podcasts or wherever you may listen by searching Absolute Trust Talk. While you're there, we would also love for you to leave us a review. And then why not share your favorite episodes with family, friends, or colleagues too? You can find all of our shows and corresponding show notes by visiting absolutetrustcouncil.com. You'll also find a variety of other free resources, including our ebooks, videos, blogs, presentations, and more. If you need help with your estate planning or administration, we also offer a free discovery call to help get the process started. You can find more information on booking your session by visiting absolutetrustcouncil.com/scheduling. If you join us for the broadcast, you can submit questions during the show. But if not, don't worry. You can always get in touch with us by sending a quick message to info@absolutetrustcouncil.com. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you soon.
This podcast is not meant to take the place of legal advice from an attorney and does not create an attorney-client relationship. If you do have a legal question or issue, please consult with an attorney.